Hello there survivors, and welcome back to another video on ARK Survival Ascended. I built this pyramid out in the desert, well actually right on the edge of the desert, right next to the Wyvern Trench. For some reason I thought that was a good idea, but I do think it turned out pretty nice. I haven't done any interior decoration yet, but I do have an interior structure there. I think this could be a really fun base. It's a decent size, of course, and you can always add a couple of extra pyramids if you need more space. So let's check it out and let me know down in the comments below if you like it, because I might build another one, a bigger one, and maybe even like a modern tech version or something. Let me know if you would like to see that. Okay, so here we go. We are right above the Wyvern Trench. As you can see, I brought my own trusty Wyvern. And this is my pyramid build. I think it turned out pretty great. Like, obviously finding a good spot is quite difficult. So what I did, I just made like a big square out of foundations. They weren't all the same level because that's pretty much impossible in the dunes. Even here on the edge where it's a little bit flatter. So after just filling everything in with the foundations, I picked one of the layers that would work for everywhere and then placed ceilings down to make the first square shape. And then I slowly started building up with the adobe roofs, but then flipped around because otherwise, of course, they have now the tiles, which don't really look very pyramid-y. So flip them around to make it look like this and added in the big gates on every side with some nice structure to give it some more depth. Broke open a couple of layers to give more depth, and then I decided to take my shovel and some plant pots and go around and actually grab a bunch of plants to fill in those two balconies I kind of created. And I think that was a really good decision because I really like the looks of it, especially here out in the dunes with like the very deserty look, the very sandstony look, and then all the greenery, the plants from all around. So I think that's a really smart thing to do. There's also a bunch of metal water tanks around in the corners to catch some rain when it does rain out here in the desert. So you could even have, I think you can see them as well, some species X if you bring them over from the island, of course, because they do not spawn here on this map, I think. To have some protection here as well. But yeah, the greenery I think definitely is a nice and important touch for this. So you can kind of see a little bit better here. We've got the stairs leading up to the gateway. We got the little design going on, and then the balcony breaking it up as well. Let's check that out a little bit closer. So first off, let's check out the layers. So I've had this layer. This is basically the starting layer of the pyramids. One side sticks out a little bit higher than the other side because of the different levels of the desert. And then we have this layer which is kind of broken open. You can see that I've placed a bunch of plants down here which really give that nice green feel. You can see the water tank, and behind that there's just like a row of pillars, just kind of because I wanted to break up the whole shape of the pyramid, add some depth to it. And then I was like, let's add in the pillars. And then after I designed the whole thing, I was like, maybe this would make a very cool garden, you know, show the wealth in the desert. The best way to do that is with a bunch of plants. And of course, it's a really cool new mechanic with the DLC that you're able to get these without having to have mods on, which is a great way to decorate your base, I would say. And yeah, then we have a big entrance here for like a big gate here to go in, and you can see it's the same on all sides. That means that you have like a little square where you actually enter the base, but you still have plenty of spaces down to all the corners. So you could definitely do a pretty nice base in here, I think, especially if you maybe make like dedicated rooms in each corner or something. Or I mean, you could also of course not have this many entrances and maybe only have two, or maybe only have one if you want to save some room on the inside. But yeah, I think it would be a very cool base. And then I decided to turn in the most top part into greenhouse glass so that you have a little bit of extra light coming in from the top. Now, if you're wondering why the interior does not have the like same texture as the other side would have, because now I have basically two layers of this, that is because I basically added in another layer. So I think what happened is yeah, you can see the little wall. That's basically the back of where the pillars are. I kind of added... It's more than a full ceiling in. So if you see this layer, you see one ceiling and then there's another quarter ceiling there. So basically that gap allowed me to place another layer of roofs basically to make sure that the inside also looks nice. So of course you could keep the roofing tiles that you would see on the inside if you like that, but I thought it was kind of weird. It didn't really feel like a pyramid, seeing those like reddish orangey tiles everywhere. So I decided to go for this and fill it all in again. It does take you a little bit of extra work of course, but I think the result is well worth it, because this definitely looks more like I would imagine the pyramid would look like from the inside. I like the texture more for this place. So yeah, a pretty big base overall. You could definitely easily survive in this base. I think you could definitely use this as a proper base. Of course, very convenient with like platforms like these where you could park some flyers on the outside. I mean, you can walk over most of your base as well, which is kind of nice, of course. And I mean, it just fits this map, of course, very, very well. At first, I was going to build it next to the desert ruins where we were living, but I'm already building so much, like, yeah, I thought better to probably spread it out a little bit. But over at the Manticore ruins, this would probably also be a pretty cool addition to that place as well. Just, you know, to really keep to the desert vibes. But yeah, especially happy with the way these plants turned out. First time really working with this and using them for a design, and I think they really add yeah, some nice details to the place. Like, really adds a lot of color, of course, because I'm building out in the desert, so everything is already like this sandy color. Then using the adobe, it's kind of the same kind of hue, so it's very monotone. Like, there's not a lot of color going on, and then the green really helps break that up and basically bring the whole build to life, making it everything look a little bit better in my opinion. So yeah, really happy with that. I think it would be a really cool base to use. I don't think I will use it because we're quite happy with the base that we have for survival right now. But yeah, you know me, I like to design bases even if I don't have any intention of using them. I just really wanted to try my hand at building a pyramid, because ever since I knew that Scorched was going to be the next map to play, I was like, yeah, definitely need to do a pyramid build on there because it just fits so well. As I said at the beginning, I kind of want to do also like a modern version of it. So maybe I did on the island, I did the big like tech, ultimate tech base, modern tech base. I think I might want to try like a ultimate modern tech pyramid, or at least like a modern metal house. We'll see what we'll actually use as materials, but I think that could be cool. And then maybe having it as part of a bigger build, or you know, maybe make a whole big base out of the stuff. I think that could be cool as well. But let me know what you think, and of course let me know what you think of this pyramid as well. I think it turned out pretty nice indeed. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.